How do you decide between the thing you love and the thing that pays? That is what I'm calling the passion, talent, and competence dilemma. And I wrote a whole Substack post around it on echoimprovement.com. And that's kind of what this YouTube channel is, just a separate space from my usual AI content that I make. Yes, it's quite a interesting paradox with me because I went to college to get an English degree and film concentration, got that. And I think I have a possible potential talent in writing that I want to continue to cultivate and get more skilled at. And then there's also the side of me that became super skilled in AI and built a business around it, got an amazing job as an AI educator and expert around it, and do that full time now. And also have another channel, which is just me teaching people how to use AI better and in better ways. So not writing every single thing for you, so you never have to write or think about writing. And writing is thinking, so it's kind of worth doing so you can actually articulate yourself better and become a clear thinker, which is a way better compliment than just being called really smart. So anyway, it's a whole rant to give you some background, but I've kind of separated, at least on YouTube, the two channels, so that's why I'm starting this one. But you can find me everywhere. It's just Payton on every social media platform. So let's get into tackling the passion, talent, competence dilemma and the conclusion I've come to, the things I've thought about, and maybe it helps you in your own life. So I started the Substack post with 2 quotes from Scott Galloway, who is very focused on this idea right here. Follow your talent and passion will follow. Basically becoming passionate about the lifestyle that you live, not necessarily passionate about the thing that you do all the time and how amazing it is, but the lifestyle that thing gives you when you're actually good at it and skilled at it and competent at it and talented at it. So that's kind of the idea there. Like he says here, nobody grows up saying, I'm passionate about tax law, but the best tax lawyers in the country are financially secure, have access to a broader selection of mates, and are, because they are so good at it, passionate about tax law. So you become competent enough where passion ends up following. So focus on what you're actually good at, your talent. So I kind of dive into this because I wrestled with this. I recently retired the AI mentorship because it wasn't a passion, even though I was competent at it. And then I was trying to double down on a possible talent and getting skilled at it by writing myself, not using AI, myself, a bunch more through the Substack, through just my daily emails that I do, link in the description, through even, I guess, trying to articulate myself in these videos when I feel inspired to make them as well. So I'll kind of dive into this idea, the battle of passion versus talent, and so on, because it's so nuanced. Like, how do you deal with the fact that, okay, I've built these amazing skills, teaching AI, using AI, content creation, and the whole setup, and it's making me money. It's an amazing time in the marketplace to be making AI content. It's like the most valuable thing. You just say AI and people run to you with offers and money. Like, I have 5,000 subscribers on the other account, and I get like 3 to 5 offers each week of some sponsorship, someone wanting me to work with them, be an affiliate, demo their tool, talk about it in my content. And that's just my very small following. Like, imagine if I had something like the, I think her name is Cat GPT or Ask Cat GPT or something like that. Like, she must have so many opportunities and she's stupid rich now. So it's an amazing time to double down on that thing because I'm actually competent at it, even though I'm not passionate about it. And then maybe eventually I'll be passionate about making the AI content and about the lifestyle that gives me if it blows up and gets me to financial freedom quite quick. So that's kind of the dilemma here. But then I have Echo Improvement, which is publicly sharing what I'm learning to understand it better. That's the gist. Kind of a holistic selfishness act, and maybe help someone along the way, like maybe you all watching this, thinking about your own life, the thing you're talented at or think you are, basically whatever you've gotten early signals of that you just are naturally and easily quite good at. That is likely your talent, and it's good to ask your parents or friends from when you were a child and stuff like that to get insights there and maybe find out what that talent is. So I like to think for me that is writing, possibly, and maybe I have some competency around writing and I feel passionate about it, but maybe that could even change over time, especially when you're not achieving any immediate financial rewards or any real signal that it's going to pan out in the long run. Maybe then you should focus on the thing you're actually competent and good at, the skills you've actually built. And then if you become like the top 1% or even the top 10% at that thing, you're naturally going to get paid quite handsomely and develop quite a lifestyle that you will become passionate about. And then maybe when you go and do that thing, you're like, you know what, I do like this. But do you? Is it just a lifestyle? So that's some things to think about. So let's just kind of go through here. This idea, right? Do you follow the passion, even if it means making less money in the short term or even the long term, because you enjoy each day doing that thing so much more? Or do you follow the competence, even if the day-to-day is less enjoyable, maybe just in the short term, because it earns you far greater economic rewards? So that is the dilemma here that we're discussing. So I explained what I just did to you, the echo improvement thing, and then the AI mentorship thing. So passion side, echo improvement, competence side, AI mentorship. And it's the question of, do I turn a blind eye to the market and optimize for play and enjoyment and trust that maybe something comes of it? Or do I listen to the market and double down while we're still in this AI-induced gold rush, or both? And to kind of wrap this up, because I want to keep this video relatively short, I basically just don't come to a solid conclusion, unfortunately, because this is just a self-reflection time for you and for me. It's just taking the moment to sit there, maybe even write, and ask yourself the right questions. Think about the answers. What do you want out of life? What do you want your day-to-day to be like? How much do you care about money? How competent are you really at that thing that you have the skills around that you do for work or whatever else? And then how good are you at the passionate thing? Because the interesting question to ask yourself is, if you're already doing outstanding at a job or position or whatever work you're doing, maybe your business that you don't really care for or like, but you're excelling at and making progress in, how great would you be at something that you're truly passionate about, that you love doing, and that you would wake up every day being like, oh, I get to do this? Like, how much better would you do at that? So maybe it's worth taking that risk to go all in on that thing. So I'll just read this last part to you to wrap it up. But I challenge you to sit with this dilemma in your own life. I'm sure you have something you're passionate about that you may or may not be competent at. And I'm sure you have something you're naturally competent at that you may or may not be passionate about. So which one are you going to aim at, focus on, and pursue? Why that one and not the other? Could you do both? And if so, how? Those are the questions I'm wrestling with to help solve this dilemma in my life. And whichever one I land on, I'll follow it with speedy action, habit building, optimized routines. Ask yourself the same questions and see where they take you, Payton. And then from my experience, it seems listening to your gut on things like this is usually the best bet. Although I still make sure to do my research. So ask yourself those questions. Think about this dilemma in your own life. What do you want to optimize for? What do you want to focus on? What's the long-term benefit of going down either of those paths? Could they cross? Is there a middle road? So I'm dabbling in seeing if there's a middle road, making videos like this and writing echo improvement Substack posts simply when I'm inspired to and feel like it. So just doing it for play, seeing what happens, not really expecting much, and then doubling down on the AI mentorship stuff because of my competency, because of the opportunity that it brings right now, the opportunities and things like that. So I wish you best of luck and feel free to comment whatever you want. I'm going to try and steer free of being any guru or anything like that. I'm just sharing what I'm learning. So take all of this with a grain of salt, but I hope it sparked some idea in your mind that you can then ask yourself the right questions to figure out the right answers to, and then pivot your life accordingly, being intentional about the decisions and actions you take in your life. Okay. You can subscribe to my Substack if you found that interesting in the links in the description. I also send a daily email to keep me writing and thinking. I write it every morning, so you can subscribe to that as well. And thanks for watching. Cheers.